And hello, this is Game Boy, and today we're going to be looking at a game called Wartales. It's an early access on Steam and other places. Figured if you're here, you're probably looking for information specifically about Wartales. Like I said, it is an early access, but it is still priced pretty high. So you probably want some information before you buy it. So I'm just going to show you about the first 30 minutes of gameplay. Pretty interesting game, managing a band of mercenaries. Closest thing I can relate it to at this point may be sort of like a turn-based Mount and Blade. That'd be kind of like a weird way to describe it, but kind of accurate, I think. I'm going to go ahead and click on New Game. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose a destiny for your companions. So this just gives you some bonuses and some penalties to start off with. Like apprentice friends looking for an adventure. You get 30 influence bonus startup, but your companions start off with a negative 30 experience, which is probably not a good idea. And you start off with a swordsman, an archer, a ranger, and a brute. There are classes in this game. There's no magic. There are some abilities that kind of look like magic, and you can you can craft some, I just call them potions, but they're things that like restore health and give you some bonuses and stuff like that. Men escorting merchants who lost their employer. Like I said, these just give you various, one bonus, one penalty. Bandits, you have knowns or crowns, which is your money, and suspicion, which is how the guards and the law of the land look at you. If it gets too high, then you might get attacked by guards. I always like to have my good balance, so I'm going to start off here with deserters flaying an abusive captain. We get 50 experience bonus, but we start off with suspicion plus 30, which isn't too bad. We're not the good guys, we're not the bad guys, we're kind of like rogues. Companions are used to long walks, are cunning fighters, show incredible resilience, are excellent at slap games, which means their critical damage is increased by 10%. Know how to talk to new recruits. I'm going to go with are used to long walks because fatigue is an important mechanic in this game. If they had a flaw, it would be somewhat meek experience, eternal dissatisfaction, a very uncommon bout of bad luck. Critical hit reduced by 3%. I'm going to go with that. Danger during rest increased by 10%. Every time you rest in the game, there's a chance that something bad will happen. So I don't want that to happen because usually you rest when you need it, and I don't want my companions to have a greater chance of being attacked during their downtime. There's only one starting region at the moment that I'm aware of. You can choose your difficulty for combat, simulation, and save modes. Normal, I can save once per game, but I can go back to its checkpoints, like the last village I visited, the beginning of a battle, something like that. So it's not too hardcore. You get a second chance, but if you are in the beginning of a battle that you can't win, it might be bad there. Or you can save it for Iron Man, so one save, one chance, or free mode, so you can use save scumming if you need to. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. So here's my companions. As you can see, everybody, I got a swordsman, a ranger, a brute, and an archer. Now you can go in here and customize them a little bit. You can customize their appearance, and you can customize their starting weapon or starting gear and some of their starting skills. Like this guy, can't remember what he is, but this guy here, he starts off with stab. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the starting pan. This is my starting pan. We're gonna take this pan on a long adventure, and I hope it survives. This is our starting group of mercenaries. Because Cerilyn is a swordsman, Melange, a ranger, Benelram, a brute. We got the pony back there, and we got Thoidert, who's an archer. Enough is enough. After bearing that horrible captain's abuse for far too long, your companions can finally enjoy their well-deserved freedom. Although deserters are never a welcome sight, be it for their former colleagues or the locals who regard them as traitors for some reason. They will need to keep their heads down while still making a living. Now, it doesn't tell you a whole lot here at the beginning, but there is some sort of situation going on in the world. Apparently there's a war. I think if you watch the game trailers, you find out more about it. But there is a war going on. I'm going to go ahead and pause the game real quick. There is a war going on somewhere in the world, and there's a bunch of refugees flowing into the region where the game starts. Let's see if I can look at the map. So yeah, the map is covered by fog of war that you have to uncover as you explore. But there's a war going on somewhere, so in the region that you're in, there's a bunch of refugees flowing into this region. And like in most real world scenarios, all the refugees flowing into the area are poor and desperate, so sometimes they're resorting to things that are less than lawful to survive, which is upsetting the people who already live there, who are like, where are these refugees coming in and taking our land? So you move around on this map. All you have to do is click, and it moves you there. You see my little band moving around. You'll see some shiny stuff. Here's some comfrey I'm going to pick up. I'm going to go over here, and as I'm moving around up here at the top, you can see this meter, which is depleting. That's your fatigue level up there. When it gets down to 0, that means it's time to take a nap, or your people are going to start getting very tired. Straight out of the gate, we're getting attacked by some hoodlums. You can see we have getting attacked by some bandits. They have one hoodlum and one poacher. Now we have to fight because this is a ambush. Sometimes you have an option to negotiate with them to try and find you to get them to leave you alone, but obviously we don't want to do that. We want to see some combat. Let's go in. Alright, when your turn comes, play any unit you haven't used yet in the round. That's what I like about this game, is you can choose the order in which your characters act, and you can find out which enemy will come into play. Prepare your strategy. So this is the little, so combat has not officially started, but down here at the bottom you can see the timeline. Now right now I move first, and I can use any of my units, which I really like. I can give an order to any of my units I want right now. I don't have to wait for them to go in an order that the computers determine based on like initiative or dexterity, agility, or whatever. I can make my moves in any order that I want to. And so I get to make 2 of my units act, and then this hoodlum will have his turn. Then I get to use my other 2 units. Poacher will have his turn, and then a new round will start. And as far as I know, this is the way things are always going to go. This should be a pretty simple battle. Down here at the bottom, I have which character I actually have selected. I have Melange selected. Her guard is still up, which means that she will, as long as her armor is still intact, she'll have some damage reduction. That's what this top bar is here, is her armor. Once that's gone, it's gone until the armor is repaired. And then down here is her actual health. Once that gets down to nothing, of course, you're dead. The hourglass just means I'm going to end Melange's turn. This is for movement. This is her attack. And then this hot bar gets longer as you get more abilities and stuff like that. But as of right now, we don't have much. Now, the important thing to remember about combat is once you have somebody standing right next to you, that person can no longer run away because they're engaged in combat. If you try to run away, then you'll get an attack of opportunity on that person. So I can move this one companion, since we haven't started combat yet, I can move him right there. That doesn't cost me anything. Now if I shoot, sometimes there are some bows that you can get when you shoot him, it'll make that person move. But I don't want to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and start attacking him. So I'm going to shoot, and you can see this guy's right outside my range, but I can still hit him. Now something you have to be careful about with your archers, which is a problem I ran into in my first playthrough, is if your archer has bad luck, if is going to miss, or if there's one of your characters are in the way, you can accidentally shoot your own party, which has happened to me a couple of times. So I'm going to go ahead and use my archer to get some initial damage on the hoodlum. Both of these guys, well, he's got 5 armor and 13 health. And this guy's got 9 armor and 13 health. So this guy's just a little weaker. We'll go ahead and eliminate the weaker opponents first. So I got 5 on him. Now I can still move him. No, I can still move Thirdert if I want to, but I don't want to. I'm going to leave him as far away from combat as possible. So I'm going to end his turn. So now, even though it automatically selects Melange, I don't have to move Melange. I can move any of my characters. So I can click over here on Veilrum and have him move. What I'm going to do is I have Veilrum move right here so that he's next to this guy. And this guy's a little bit further away. So this poacher's got a bow and arrow, so he's going to have to move or else he'll shoot his own guy. Now that I'm right next to this hoodlum is considered to be engaged. So this hoodlum cannot run away from Veilrum without giving me an attack of opportunity, which is if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, an attack of opportunity basically means a free attack with some bonuses. Because he's trying to run away, I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm just using my default ability, which is Pound. Deals 3 to 4 damage to the target. Damage is increased by 50% if the target still has armor. So I'm going to hit him with a hammer. He still has a little bit of armor left, so I'm going to do some bonus damage. Alright, like I just said, when you perform a melee attack on a free enemy, you engage them. An engaged unit can only attack their engaged opponent and has a higher chance of taking critical damage. Take advantage of this with your other units. An engaged unit is exposing their back. Attack them from behind to get a bonus. So he's engaged with Vanelrum right now, so if I do manage to get behind him and attack, then I'll get a bonus. Let's see if I can get Melange. Oh, we've already moved. Oh, I have to end his turn. And so now he's poisoned me. Now poison is something that the bandits use a lot. And the poison does bonus damage every turn based on your total health. It's a very annoying thing. I think it's used a little bit too much. I'm going to go up here. Now I've got a decision here I can make. I can either go ahead and attack him from behind, which would give me a bonus, or I can attack the poacher. Now the poacher is an archer, so I'm going to go ahead and attack him, which will make it so that he can't use his bow without running away, which will give me another bonus attack. So I'm going to go ahead and stab. Pretty good stab. Don't know if I got a critical hit there or what. But now the poacher is engaged. If he wants to use his bow, he's going to have to run away, which will give me a free attack. So I'm going to go ahead and end that turn. And now it's this character's turn, Saralyn. I'm going to have Saralyn move over here. I'm going to gang up on the bandits. This is what they get for ambushing me 2 minutes into the game. We're just a brand new pan of adventurers running around in the world, and they're going to attack us. So she does 8. Now you can see his armor's gone, so this damage was done directly to his health. Now as your characters get more experience and you get some abilities, you will have some extra abilities down here. Like this Wrath ability here. You can see that Wrath deals 4 damage to the target if they have less than 50% health. And you notice that there's a little 1 with a diamond next to it. That means this costs Valor. So Valor is these little points over here. Use your Valor points in combat to use certain skills. You'll regain some of these Valor points every time you rest. So in a lot of cases, you can't just run around spamming your abilities. You have to be careful about these Valor points. Now you can get your characters to learn some abilities that give them extra Valor points. Like they will get extra Valor if they land the killing blow on an enemy, then there'll be extra Valor points for the party. So you just have to be careful about using your abilities. You can't just go around spamming them. Okay, so we got that. So we're going to end his turn. He gives the poacher turn. Now, all he could do was punch. He couldn't use his bow because he was engaged. So speaking of bows, let's see if we can get an extra shot in here. I'm going to move him here. Now, there is a chance he could hit Melange. I'm going to go ahead and do it just so you can see that. Alright, so he made a good shot for once. So the poacher took 7 points of damage, and he's only got 7 left. So I'm going to end Third's turn. I really love turn-based combat because I'm not a great player. So as you can see, you can rotate your camera so you can get a better view on the action. Now there are some kill cam sort of things. Every once in a while, if you get a fatal blow or you get a critical, it'll show somebody's throat getting cut, or it'll zoom in on the action when somebody dies. So I'm going to go ahead and have Vanelrum, or do I want to finish this guy off? Let's go ahead and have Melange use her stab. Maybe we can finish this guy off. Yeah, let's go ahead and have it there. Now, you saw that. Yeah, we saw that. All right, so this guy's surrounded, so we get a bonus on him. If we have 3 people that are able to engage him, then he's considered to be surrounded, which means we get extra bonuses. Since we killed that guy, my party is now considered galvanized, which means that our damage is increased by 50%. Up here at the top, you can get this is a basic morale meter and combat status thing. You can see that I have 4 allied units still on the field. There's 1 enemy unit still on the field. And as this progresses, your morale can get higher. You can get certain bonuses. If I get all the way up here, if morale gets all the way up here, then the opponents will try to flee. Now that's up to you whether you want to let them flee or not, because you might want their loot. Go ahead and end Melange's turn. Now he attacked me. He did not get through my armor, so now we're going to be able to finish him off. I'm just going to go ahead and use Vanelrum's default. Now I can taunt an opponent, This is one of our special abilities, and it'll weaken his damage that he does by 50%. But he's almost dead. These two should be able to finish him off, so I'm not going to worry about weakening his damage at the moment. Have him attack, so he's only got 1 point left in that turn. And then now I'll let Serlin finish him off. Serlin has the ability to knock out an enemy. They will take him prisoner after the combat ends. Yeah, you can take prisoners. Oh, it requires chains. Okay, I don't have any chains at the moment, so I can't take him as a prisoner. But yeah, you can take prisoners in the game and maybe ransom them off or turn them in for bounties. But let's go ahead and slice him up. Alright, so we've won the battle, so now we'll go to the victory screen. You'll see that I've gained 38 experience points. That means everybody in my party that was engaged in combat gains 38 experience. We get 9 influence, which has some impact on events in the world and choices we might have available later. We can take the corpses if we want to. I haven't been carrying them around because there is a weight limit. You can learn cannibalism if you want to, because food is very important in this game. I'm going to go ahead and take the gold and the fish oil that they were carrying. And then you can see that all my fighters gained some experience. Apparently Thordort already went up a level. So I can apply an aptitude point to him. And my aptitude points, first thing I can do is I can choose his specialization. Is his specialization going to be a hunter, beastmaster, or infantryman? I'm going to go with valorous audacity to make him a hunter. Every time the unit ends their turn next to an enemy and is not engaged in combat, you gain 1 valor. Dexterity increases the skill damage based on dexterity and critical hit. So I choose dexterity. It's going to give him an extra 1% chance, and it gives his arrow damage a little bit, 1 extra point of maximum damage. Constitution, of course, is your hit points and health and carrying capacity. Movement, obviously how fast you move. Willpower, I don't know why it has this here. Maybe it'll go up 2 points, or maybe it's recommending how important that is. Willpower increases my critical hit chance. But I'm going to go ahead and increase dexterity for this. Nobody else went up a level yet. Vanellorin and Melange have got damaged armor. Now luckily I have enough raw materials to repair their armor right now. So I can click on repair all, and we're done. So we've won our battle. We've won our first battle. And like I said, this fatigue meter up here, once it gets to a certain point, then you want to take time to rest. So I'm going to go over here and pick up some iron. Now there's some stables here. If we had some money, we can buy some horses, but I'm going to go up here. I'm going to follow the road, see if we can find any extra materials just laying around. There is a day-night cycle. There is weather cycles, which can make it difficult to see during battle. There are traveling merchants, traveling bandits, traveling patrols of guardsmen. Now here's a city. Before I show you the city menu, I'm going to show you the camp menu real quick. Obviously you have inventory, all sorts of different items you can pick up. You have this compendium, which shows you the skills you've learned. Every character can have a profession, and that profession can be like tinkerer, angler, which is somebody that can fish, stuff like that. You have to assign professions to everybody, and then once they perform that profession, they gain experience in that profession. As you explore, as you complete certain quests, stuff like that, you gain knowledge, and once you gain enough knowledge, then you can use it to learn these skills that impact your whole impact your whole group of mercenaries. Things like cannibalism. You can learn cannibalism, which allows your people to devour human corpses. Like I said, food is very important in this game, so it might come to that. Or you can do things like for money, so you get extra crowns after a battle. Frugality, which means your party will say, okay, we know money's tight, so we'll work for 5% less or 10% less because we know how tight money is. Workshop, these are the recipes you've learned so far. You can learn all sorts of different recipes to make things, and then I haven't unlocked all these other things yet. So camp menu, let me unpause so you can see the camp menu. Camp menu is where you go to restore your fatigue. Now you can bring this up without actually camping. You can bring up the camp menu. If I right click on the campfire, then we can rest, and I have to give everybody food. As you can see, it takes 16 food to have a meal for my party. And that'll, and then I can rest. That'll restore the fatigue meter. It'll heal some damage, and it'll make my characters in a better mood. We're not going to do that right now. There's this workshop down here. If I click on it, then, so let's go ahead and give him a profession. We'll go ahead and make him a tinkerer. So as my tinkerer, I could, if I have the resources, I could go and make these various things. A python for climbing things. There are mountains in this game which you might need to climb over. Make lockpicks, torches, fish hooks for fishing. Go ahead and craft one of those just so you can see it. There, I got 6 experience points for crafting my first fish hook. My bonus failed. It's a normal quality fish hook, which is fine. As the game progresses, you can add other things to your camp menu, a cook stove, stuff like that, and you can view what's on your horse. Horse has his own attack, but I've never seen him in combat yet. So that's just a basic overview of the camp menu. Compendium, because I did that cooking, I got some experience, which was enough to get me a knowledge point, which now I can use to spend on something. I usually start off on frugality. No, I'm sorry, I usually start off on rationing. Makes my people use less food. Alright, so that's just a quick overview of the camp menu. Like I said, I could rest here and restore my fatigue. So I'm going to uncamp, just click on the, I'm going to unpause. Then we'll go here into this city just so you can see what goes on in the cities. Now here at the city, we have forge we can go to, which is we can use to repair weapons, craft new weapons if we have the materials, and if we have somebody that can do it. Town hall, where you can meet with the leaders of the town. A market, where you can go and buy and exchange goods. Apothecary, Tiltron Apothecary Clinic, which I can use to get heals. And Traveler's Feast Inn, where I can get new quests, recruit new adventurers. So like if I go in here to the Traveler's Feast Inn, see some people hanging out, like Luian. I'd like to discover new places and travel the world. I can recruit him. I have to have 30 influence to be able to recruit him, which I do not have right now, and he costs 60 gold to recruit. So I'm not going to recruit him right now. You can inspect him. It looks like he's just another ranger, but he does come with some starting equipment. His wages are 14 gold every 2 weeks, or every 3 days, I think it is, something like that. But then it costs 60 crowns to recruit him off the bat. So you can recruit some new adventurers, or you can talk to this emissary dude over here, which is your quest giver. So you can review the quest board, and basically it's at this point it's just go around and kill certain people, and it ranks them whether they're easy, hard, or not. Now, just as a side note, the difficulty scaling in this game is still being balanced. As of the time of this video, which is the day after Christmas, they have just recently balanced it so that, because right now it's based on it's trying to balance it based on your level. So if your characters are level 1, it's trying to keep your opponents around level 1 or 2, trying to make combat difficult but not too difficult. Now apparently there were some bugs around that. Previous patches, like if I had recruited somebody, then my next combat might be super difficult for some reason. They've balanced that. I haven't run into any combats that have been overwhelming so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and accept vanquishing Lapina's squad. And it gives you a broad idea of where I can find Lapina. And like I said, these other things here, I can go here and buy and sell stuff. There are some beggars around here. I'm not going to interact with them at the moment, but you can buy various goods just based on which one you talk to. You can buy food, etc., etc. I will go ahead and buy a little bit of food. Let's go ahead and look at this quest real quick. I'm back on the world map, so I'm going to go ahead and start heading this way. According to the world map, I can find my opponent, Lapina's squad, way over here. Lapina. Alright, so let's see if we can get over there. Now you see this shiny spot here next to the water? That is where I could go fishing if I wanted to. I'm not going to go fishing right now. I'm just trying to get over to Lapina's squad. Looks like if I stay on the... if I follow the lake. Now there's a guard outpost, there's a cave there. Now the map is static, so on my next playthrough I'll have this exact same map. The map is not randomly generated. Some world events will always happen in the same place. Alright, so before I go into combat with these dudes, I'm going to rest because my people are getting tired. I'm going to camp. Do this. You see these chunks of venison? Each of them are for food. So I got a little bit more food than I need. It's not time to pay wages, so I don't have to worry about that. Everybody's going to rest. Give my fatigue meter up. Troops have gained 2 valor action points. We're well rested. Happiness is increased by 4. And my maximum valor points is increased by 1. Alright, so break camp. There's still a little bit further north. Oh, pass is something we'll talk about in another video, but basically as you go along and as you earn experience and complete certain things, like once I find 8 different professions, then I have the versatile craftsman perk essentially. Oh, there's our map. There's our quest marker. So I'm gonna head over here, and there is the Pina squad, level 2 henchman. So all we have to do is kill this squad, and then we will be ready to collect our gold. Now, once we kill this person, we have to go back to that emissary dude in that town and pick up the to get our reward. So as you can see, it's us versus La Pina squad. This is La Pina. She's a tinkerer. She's got 31% guard, which means a lot of damage reduction. 33 armor, 39 life points, and she's got a henchman, which is significantly weaker. I'm going to move Melange in and get him engaged. Start taking him down as quickly as possible. Stabbity stab. Alright, in that turn, I'm trying to get my archer in range to... And there's a bear trap on the ground. If anybody touches that, they'll take damage. So I'm going to move over here. Try and get the bear trap so that if La Pina comes after me, maybe she'll step on the trap. Ooh, what is this? Okay, so let's see if we can hit him. Good, we hit the henchman. We didn't hit my guy. So now we're going to end the turn. The henchman can only attack me. Oh my biscuits. Look at all that damage he did. Try and get him engaged. So we're moving Cerilyn in. Cerilyn doesn't have any abilities you can use at the moment. This might be a tough battle. This is kind of like an XCOM sort of situation where you are going to lose people from time to time. Vanelrin's got 10 armor. And I'm going to use my special ability, my taunt, to make sure that the Tinker doesn't go after anybody else. And she's also weakened at the moment. So hopefully that'll help me stay alive. Good. So she still did 4 damage even though she's weakened. Alright, so that was the end of the... So I used my special ability. So now I get to attack again. So now I have to end that turn. Now it's... Are we in a new round? We must have started a new round. Okay, so... Since this guy's in the way, I can't shoot the henchman anymore. I'll shoot this guy. So I'm going to have him shoot the Tinker. Just did a little bit of damage, not much. In the turn. Now it's her turn. She chunked all the way through my armor in no time. Let's go ahead and have him attack. Stab. Not too bad. But still they are kicking my butt at the moment. Stab. Combat is pretty straightforward. Now, if he tries to run away, he's going to get attack of the henchman's going to attack of opportunity. So it's probably not a good idea to try and run away. Can I have this guy move? He's not considered to be engaged because he wasn't the first one. So I'm going to move him over to this side. Stab. 14 points of damage. Have this guy shoot him. Oh, he's already had his turn. Oh, I need to end the turn. Can he shoot him? Yes, he can shoot him. Alright, so still alive. Somebody's going to die here soon, though. A dying unit can only move. If you heal them before they take damage, they'll be able to fight again. If not, they will be permanently lost. So he is dying, so somebody needs to heal him immediately. He can only move, but he can't do anything at the moment. So I'm going to weaken this person again. It's the only reason any of us are still alive. And so the Tinker has been... So in that turn. Now, is this the one that's dying? This is the dying one. The only thing she can do is move, but she can't do anything at the moment. So who hasn't moved? So if this person can get over there, move, can't get close enough to heal him, so let's do this. Shoot him. Bam, he's still alive. End the turn. Kill him off. Everybody's galvanized now. Not understanding this whole healing thing at the moment. So since he used his special ability, whoops. There you go. Now I can attack, slice, and turn. Now we got 2 dying characters. He can't do anything except move. So I'm gonna get another attack of opportunity. I don't know. Alright, end his turn. He apparently can't heal himself. I'm going to move him over here closer to the archer, so maybe the archer can heal him. Okay, end that turn. Archer is going to move here. Heal. Okay, so now he's not dying anymore, but he's still pretty much dead. I can still move here. Take a shot at this. But you can see the Tinkerer has still got all of her armor left. So this was supposed to be an easy battle. You can see what easy means. Our little troop of adventurers is probably going to come to an end right here. Unless Sarah can pull off a... Alright, so this person is not dying anymore. So we're going to move here. I thought that took care of it. Oh, I didn't get to heal him. Okay, probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, so let's move back over to here. Don't want him to take any damage. Alright, he'll end his turn. For some reason considered to be engaged in combat. I don't know why. Alright, stabbity stab. Alright, end the turn. This person move here. Tinkerer takes some massive damage. Alright. End the turn. Stabbity stab. Maybe we will live. Alright, end the turn. This person is... I'm going to move them further away from taking damage. Alright. End the turn. Attack. Alright, so we did win that. I thought we were doomed, but we did win that. Okay, so... Is that person going to die permanently? No. Everybody lived. We can repair all. We have enough to repair everything, and we have enough to heal everybody. The healing is based on how much medicine you have. I had enough medicine to heal everybody. I'm not going to pick up the corpses, but I will take the crowns and the leather. Level up Vanelrum. I can make him into a vanguard, a smasher, or a destroyer. Determines what type of armor they can wear. If he's destroyer, he can wear heavy armor. Smasher, he can wear medium armor. Vanguard, he can wear medium armor. Charge, poison impact. I'm going to use poison impact for this one. Alright. I have to go back to town now to claim the reward. So we'll do that in the next video. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of what you can expect from this. There are some things that I had to skip over, some things that I haven't completely learned yet. We'll cover those as we progress through the game. So we can see Vanelrum and his little band of adventurers, if we can, how far this game will take us. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.